Hey, how's everybody doing today? So, hopefully your April Fool's Day went off without any too crazy of pranks, anyways. So, we're going to be working on exploring solving word problems in conversion. So, this is lesson 26. We finished our unit with lesson 25, took the test yesterday. So, now, we're kind of caught up. We're moving right along. So we're kind of doing the same type of things, except for now we might be working on more than one step problems. So previously you converted among different measurement units. In this lesson, you will convert measurement units to solve multi-step real-world problems. Use what you know to try to solve the problem below. So let's look at this problem. All right, Ray finds a log that is 90 inches long. He cuts the log into 2-foot pieces to sell as firewood at his store. How many pieces of wood can Roy sell at his store using this log? So, so apparently we have two different people because we have Ray and we have Roy. I'm assuming they're going to mean Ray, but I'm not sure. Maybe we have a different store owner in this problem. I don't know. So where do we start? So that was our first read. Let's go into our second read and let's find some information. Ray finds a log that is 90 inches long. That's important. He cuts the log into 2-foot pieces of wood. 2-foot pieces is important. To sell as firewood at his store. How many pieces of wood can he sell at his store using this log? Okay, squiggly that. Then it says 1 foot equals 12 inches. Now that's probably where I would start. So let's do our third read. Ray finds a log that's 90 inches long. He cuts the log into 2-foot pieces of wood to sell as firewood at his store. How many pieces of firewood can he sell at his store using this log? So let's start out with just taking a moment and making a table using the 1 foot equals 12 inches. So on a table. Okay. So because the fact that we are going to go into 2-foot pieces, let's do this. We're going to go feet on this side, inches on this side. Okay. So 1 foot, 12 inches. 2 feet, which is as big as I have to go, 24 inches. All right. So let's come down here and just model this. All right. So here is our firewood. Okay. Shown by this model right here. Okay, I know that this is 90 inches over here. And we've got to figure out how many groups of 24 are in 90 inches. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do it. You could add 24 as many times as you can until you can't, until you get a number bigger than 90, or you can just quickly divide it and say, okay, 90 divided by my groups of 24, and that's how you would solve it. So I think that's where most of us should start. All right, so how many groups of 24 are there in this 90-inch piece of wood? Now, what would be left over? Is there anything left over? Okay, so I'm going to go 90 divided by 24 right here. And now this is where you might want to pause, try to do the problem. Okay, so I know that there's 3 groups of 24 in 90, because 3 times 24 is 72. And that's going to leave me with 18 inches left of that piece of wood. So I can do 3 and 18/24. So what that would look like right here is I would have 1 group, 2 groups, and 3 groups, and then this would be 18 inches left. But these right here, this is 24 inches, this is 24 inches, and this also is 24 inches. And if you added the 4 of these numbers together, it would equal our original sum, or our original quantity of 90. So how many pieces of wood can he sell? Ray can sell 3 pieces. All right. So let's move to our next question. Explain how you found the number of 2-foot pieces of wood Roy or Ray will have to sell. Okay, so first we found out that 2 feet equals 24 inches. Then we divided 90 inches into 24-inch sections. 3 total sections. All right. Next one. In the previous problem, you used more than one step to find a solution to a problem involving converting units of measure. You can start this type of problem in different ways. Consider this problem right over here. Look at the scale. How much more mass needs to be added to the left side in order to make the scale balance? 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Okay, so look what we're doing. What should you do first to find out how much more mass is needed to balance the scale? Now remember, balancing the scale, see how it's tipped right here? It just means so they would be equal straight across. So how are we going to make these two equal? Now notice that this says 800 grams and this says 2.5 kilograms. What should you do first to find how much more mass is needed to balance the scale? B, convert 2.5 kilograms to grams. What operation did you use? Convert 800 grams to kilograms. What operation did you use? Choose one of the conversions from part B to solve the problem. All right, so now would be a great time to pause if you want to. Okay, if not, just kind of go along with me on this. Okay, we just lost lights. Sorry again. Okay, now let's start with just taking this information right here. Look at the scale. How much more mass needs to be added to the left side in order to make the scale balance? 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So I would start here. Start with your kilograms. Okay, so in a previous lesson, we went with 1 kilogram, and we know that that's 1,000 up here grams. But then we also took the half measurement. Okay, so here's a half as a fraction, but that also equals 0.5. And we know that half of a kilogram equals 500 grams. And now we'll just keep moving. Okay, we're going to keep getting larger. I know that 1.5 equals 1,500 grams. Okay, and that I know that 2 0.0, which is the same as 2, equals 2,000. And now we're just going to keep building our way up. And now we get to 2.5 kilograms, and that equals 2,500 grams. Now this is a really good place to start because I've got to convert one of these into the other one's unit of measurement. So for me, I'm going to just take the simple, easy way out, and I'm going to say, okay, 2.5 kilograms equals 2,500 grams. And I'm going to write that right here. So this is the same as 2,500 grams. Now, if I wanted to take 800 grams, all I would have to do is divide this by 1,000, and that will tell me how many kilograms it is. So if I did that, that would equal 0 and 8/10 kilograms. So I've got the measurement either way. So I could do 2.5 kilograms minus 8/10 grams, or just a simpler, easier problem for me, 2,500 grams minus 800 grams. And the reason I would do this way is because if I didn't want to deal with the decimal point. Okay, so what should you do first to find how much more mass is needed to balance the scale? I need to convert each mass to a like unit of measurement. So you can't do 800 grams minus 2.5 kilograms unless you convert it. Okay, so convert 2.5 kilograms to grams. So if I wanted to do that, that would be 2,500 grams. What operation did I use? Well, I multiplied by 1,000. Now remember, if I am going from kilograms to grams, this is my x coordinate on the left, this is my y. To go from kilograms to grams, I'm going to simply go x times 1,000 will equal y. If I want to go from y to x, I do the inverse. Y divided by 1,000 will equal x. Both of these can be used to go from one measurement to the other. So if I want to go from grams to kilograms, I use this one. If I want to go from kilograms to grams, I use this one. All right. So then it says, what operation did you use to convert 800 grams? So if I went from 800 grams to kilograms, and then this was question 1. Question 2 is division. And we can just divide it by 1,000. All right. Choose one of the conversions from part B to solve the problem. And this is where I was headed with it. I was just going to do 2,500 minus 800. So here's 2,500 minus 800. And this is in grams. Okay, 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, 5 minus 8 I can't do, but I can do 25 minus 8. Or for some of you, make the 2 into a 1, and that 15, it's the same thing. 15 minus 8 is 7. 1 minus 0 is 1. So we have 1,700 grams. Or I could do it in kilograms. 2.5 kilograms minus 0.8 kilograms. Either would be acceptable. Okay. And now it's the same exact problem. Make the 2 into a 1. 15 minus 8 is 7. Bring down your decimal. It is 1 7/10 kilograms. All right. When you convert grams to kilograms, do you end up with more units or fewer units? When you convert from kilograms to grams, do you end up with more units or fewer units? Why? Okay, take about 30 seconds. Now, just look at the side. If you convert from kilograms to grams, you will have more. If you convert from grams to kilograms, you will have less. From this side to this side, same thing. You're multiplying by 1,000 to get to this side. To get from this side to this side, you are dividing by 1,000. So that's how you're going to have less to go from here to there and more to go from here to here. It's a linear equation. It would be a straight line on a graph. It would be 1 to 1,000, or if you're dealing with the halves, gets 500 bigger, but it's still 1,000 for every 1 unit for your growth. Let's turn the page. Okay, so we are converting. Everyone, all of you know, this is my absolute favorite page, and I don't even mean that, but we all know how I feel about it, so it's okay. So what does it mean to convert? What is it? So that is just to change from one unit to another. What do I know about it? Okay, I know if I multiply to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit, and I divide to convert from a smaller unit to a larger unit. Okay, now this, and I'll just speak to it really quick. That's like saying this, okay? I multiply to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit. So if I want to go from kilograms to grams, the larger unit is kilograms. It is 1 kilogram to 1,000 grams. So I have to multiply by 1,000. And if I divide to convert from a smaller unit to a larger unit, grams are smaller than kilograms. So if I take my grams, 1,000 of them, and I want to know how many kilograms it is, I divide it by 1,000. Okay, so that's what I mean by unit. It's this number up here, the kilograms to grams, the grams to kilograms. We aren't talking about the number being the unit. We're talking about whatever the measurement is, the conversion. Okay, so some examples of things I know. I know 1 yard equals 3 feet. Okay, so I know that 5 yards equals 5 times 1 yard. And that's the same as saying 5 times, now what's my conversion? 1 yard equals 3 feet. So 5 times 3 feet equals 15 feet. Okay, I also know 1 foot equals 12 inches. Okay, so now if I wanted to know what 48 inches equals, 48 inches equals 48 times, in parentheses, 1 inch. That's the same as saying, okay, 48 times 1/12 foot. And that's going to be the same as saying 48 over 12 for feet. All right, our next one, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So if I have 300 grams, equals 300 times 1 gram. Now, what is 1 gram? Okay, so that's going to be the same as saying, 300. There goes those lights again. Times 1,000th of a kilogram. And what that's going to be is 3/10 kilogram, or 300 thousandths of a kilogram. All right. The statements 1 yard equals 3 feet and 1 foot equals 12 inches describes the relationships among 3 units of length. How can you convert 5 yards to inches? Great question, actually. So 5 yards to inches. So let's just take it. 5 yards equals 5 times 1 yard. Now, as soon as we get this right here, we might be in an area where we're having a problem. Okay? So we've got to figure out how many inches is the yard. So we can go right here. We have yards, we have inches. Okay? 1 yard, 36 inches. 2 yards, 72. 3 yards, 108. 4 yards, what's that going to be? 36 plus 108, 144. And then 5 yards. Okay, what's 5 yards going to be? Just doing it mentally, I think it's going to be 180. Okay, so let's see if we're right. So that's the same as saying 5 times 36 inches. 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 6 is 30. 150 plus 30 is 180. So it is 180 inches. All right. Next page. Adela has a string that is 80 inches long. She cuts 3-foot pieces of string to make necklaces. Each necklace will use 1 3-foot piece. How many necklaces can Adela make using this string? All right, that's reading 1. Okay, let's do our other 2 readings. Let's figure out just how many 3-foot pieces we can turn this into. So Adela has a string that is 80 inches long. Important information 1. She cuts 3-foot pieces of string to make necklaces. 3 foot. Each necklace will use 1 3-foot piece. How many necklaces can she make using this string? Okay, first of all, here's her long string. This is going to represent that. This is 80 inches. Okay, this is our model. So from here to here, we've got 80 inches. Let's start with our table on this side. Okay, so we're given this information here. 1 foot is 12 inches. So let's go feet. 2 inches. I'm glad we put our work in on tables all this time because it's really starting to pay off. So 1 foot, 12 inches. 2 feet. Now remember, on this side, we have a +1 relationship. And on this side, what are we going to have for our relationship? So to go from 2 feet, it's going to be a +12. So when we go to 2 feet, it's going to be 24 inches. Add another 1. 3 feet is going to be what? Add 12. 36 inches. And now we know what we're dividing it. 3 feet is going to be 36-inch pieces. So what we should probably be thinking then is, originally this was 80 inches divided by 3 feet. Well, that's the same as saying 80 inches divided by 36-inch pieces. All right, so we have 80 inches, because this is fractions as division, divided by 36-inch pieces. How many 36s are in 80? This would be a great time to pause, work this out. And quickly, you're going to find out there are 2. 2 times 36 is 72. It's going to leave us with 8. So 2 and 8, 36. So we're going to get 2 full sections right here. This section here will be 36 inches. This section here will be 36 inches. And what that leaves us with is an additional 8 inches right there. All right. So how many necklaces can she make? She can make 2 whole necklaces. Now, if you wanted to check this, all you would have to do is take 2 times 36, because remember, you're taking 2 36-inch pieces, and then then add your 8 36, which is 8 inches that were left over. So this would be the same as saying 36 times 2, and it's really this. 36 times 2, it's an expression, plus 8. So it's 36 times 2, 72, plus 8 more. So up here, algebraically, down here, just basically checking our math using, a quick algorithm. 72 plus 8 is 80 inches. Check your answer, show your work. And guys, that is it for the day. Tomorrow we'll start this one. All right. So be prepared, be ready. I hope everyone's having a great day despite all the circumstances. I hope you played a prank on your parents yesterday or your siblings. That was a nice one. All right. See you tomorrow.